Hello everybody, it is Daniel aka Lee's Boy here, and welcome back to another video. Today we are finally going to go through my PSA or just graded card collections in general. So let's get straight into it. We got some great cards in here, some pretty pricey ones as well, and just some future investments. So let's get straight into it. Now before we get into the PSA cards, I did get a Happy Meal, so I just want to show you guys quickly about what I pulled. I also got a new phone, so I hope that the camera quality is better, and you definitely get a better view of my surroundings because I can zoom out a lot better on this new phone. So we have a Poplio from the Happy Meal, a Turtwig, a Bulbasaur, and a Holo Bulbasaur. Now I already saw these cards obviously, but I just wanted to show you guys I did get a first gen starter as the Holo, so I'm happy to get that. I would have been fine with anything, to be honest, but it's always good to get a first gen because a lot of people know these Pokemon better than the newer gen. Now, getting into the PSA cards, I have spent quite a chunk of money on some of these, but as I said before, a lot of these are investments. Some of these I got from mystery boxes, and some of them I just really like the Pokemon in general, so I wanted to get a PSA card of them. So we're just gonna go by whatever is organized here. Actually, we're gonna shuffle it up. Just shuffle it up and see what happens. Why not, right? All right. I think that's fine. Yeah, I think that's a good enough shuffle. All right. So our first PSA card here is a 2003 Pokemon Aquapolis Victory Bell Holo. Now, I don't remember exactly what I paid for this, but obviously all the information is going to be on this top left here. It is a PSA 9, not a 10. It is a, Daniel, do the math, 18-year-old card. So yeah, I have an 18-year-old, I have a card, well, card almost older than me. It says 2002 on here, but I don't know. I guess it was printed in 2002, but Aquapolis is was released in 2003. So, but yeah, if you look here and look at the centering, now I'm not great at telling centering, but there are a few little white nicks, and I guess that's what could have stopped this from being a 9. But it's a really beautiful card, and I remember getting it for a decent price, so I'll put it up there. And I'll also put up what the most recent sale was, if any other sales happened since then. But yeah, so our first one is a Holo Victory Bell from Aquapolis. Definitely a cool card to have. I believe this I got from a mystery box. It is a Pikachu Zekrom from the Team Up set in 2019. It's a Sun and Moon set. So it's always nice to get 10s, especially a Pikachu. You can never go wrong with a Pikachu 10. This is put into an extra covering, so it might not show. No, it does show the reflectiveness a bit. But it's a really sick card design. Team Up is always top tier design. It's always a top tier design set, and looking at it, it just looks perfect. So yeah, definitely a great card. Like I said, mystery box, so I paid for a whole mystery box. I didn't pay separately for this, but I'll put the price up of what the most recent sales were. And those are their first two. So a PSA 9 and a PSA 10 so far. One more recent card and one more vintage card. Now here's another vintage card. We have an Executor. A lot of people love the Legendary Collection Holo Foil or Reverse Holo. Yeah, it's a reverse. It is a 9. It isn't a 10. If a lot of these were 10, I definitely wouldn't be able to afford them. So I had to stick with my 9s, and 9s are fine. I like to think that I'm a 9 out of 10, because you always have room for improvement. That was really corny, but it's fine. I hope it motivated some of you. Anyways, looking at some of these nicks, I can see why. I guess the centering is a bit smaller, or how would I describe it? I guess the border here is larger than the top border, if you guys take a close look at it. But yeah, super sick design. As you can see, the Legendary Collection stamp right here. Really cool card. The reverse holo foil is what really got me to purchase this. And yeah, so we have a mix of some vintage cards and some newer cards, and I think it's good to have that type of variety in my investments. So here we have a Hidden Fates card. Couldn't pass up on Hidden Fates. It's a great set. Giovanni's Exile is a great design. Just look at that. It is a 10, so I was able to get another 10, which is great. The more 10s, the merrier. And I mean, it is just a perfect looking card. There's really nothing wrong with it. I mean, the centering looks a little bit slanted towards this direction. I don't know if you guys can see that or if I'm just nitpicking and trying to find an issue with it. But yeah, I mean, just look at the card design. It is insane. Now, we're going to get into the next one, which is also a full art trainer card, except here... Oh, what happened? It's not closing up. Except here, it is our first Pokemon Sword and Shield graded card. It is a Gem Mint 10 Professor's Research full art from Sword and Shield base set. As you can see here, Pokemon SWSH. And it is a PSA 10, number 201. Super cool design. I think we all love Professor in Sword and Shield. She's just a little grandma. And the centering is perfect. I'm trying to use these PSA cards to help me figure out when I send out cards if they're going to be a 10 or not. Because some get lucky and pass through as a 10, and some get locked up and stay as a 9. Now, our first rainbow card here. I know we're going to have more, so stay tuned for those. We have a 2017 Gumshoe GX, or as a lot of people call him, Donald Trump, as you can see by the hairstyle that the man's rocking. It is a secret rainbow rare, and it is also a 10. Kind of surprised that it got a 10. If you can see that, those nicks on both of these corners here. See if I can zoom in on that if possible. Probably not. But I'm in the centering. I'm surprised that this got a 10, if I'm honest. Just from the knowledge that I know of, which is not too much when it comes to grading cards. It doesn't surprise that it would get a 10. Now, this is our lowest rated. It was part of the mystery box, the same one that the Zekrom and Pikachu came in. It is a Prism 8. Near mint to mint Solgaleo Hollow Ultra Prism card from a mystery box. As you can see, the whitening on these sides is probably what causes it to be a 8 out of 10. The centering isn't horrible, I feel like, but I guess those nicks right there, if you guys can see that, just ruin it. But I mean, hey, it was part of a mystery box. I know I got my money back for sure from those mystery boxes, so can't complain. But that's probably our least exciting card out of all my PSA cards. Now, another vintage card, except this is from Skyridge, 2003. Amistar reverse foil instead of a hollow like the Victory Bell. A 9, not a 10. And I believe I paid around $80 for this, or $70. I'll have the number up here, of course, but I'm just assuming. But most of these cards I bought a while back, so. But looking at the back of this card, I really don't see anything wrong with it other than a few nicks. If anything, if that Gumshoe was able to get a 10, I'm surprised as to why this didn't, unless there's some scratches or something that I'm missing, or it's hard to tell the borders when it comes to Pokemon Skyridge. So I don't know if this is nicely centered or not because of the border design in this. It's very different to any other set. Now, our next one is probably our oldest card in this. It is a Gem Mint 10, 1999, base set, Shadowless, Nidoran, common card. Just a very slick and simple design. 1999. This card is older than me. Probably older than a lot of people watching this, because a lot of you guys are my friends and stuff, and we definitely aren't, we're all 2000 babies, I feel like. So this card is older than all of us, so it's really nice to just have it in our possession. As you can see, if you compare it to a lot of these cards that are graded, you'll see the number of which they got graded. So this is like number like 4 million, I think. And if you look at when this was graded, this is 2.8. So there has been a lot of cards graded since then from PSA. But yeah, this is a really cool card to get. I think this was my first ever PSA card actually that I purchased. None of these I actually went and got graded. These are all purchases. I still don't fully know the process when it comes to PSA and how to send those cards out. And also I don't feel like waiting a year, so I don't want to mess up and have me wait a year for all my cards to come back. But I do have some cards going to, well, they're at CGC right now getting graded, but who knows when I'll get those back. Now, this card is the most recent purchase. I paid $40, maybe $50 after tax. It is a Gem Mint 10 Naganadel full art from Forbidden Light. Definitely not a card that a lot of people want, or I know there's not a lot of Naganadel fans out there, but I think he's super cool. I think his face is super cool. Like, I'm not sure if those are his eyes, but if they are, he's a super cool design. Not many people are a fan of Ultra Beasts, and that's perfectly fine. It's definitely a turn compared to other Pokemon games. But I think it's cool nonetheless, and it was a cheap pickup, a cheap 10. Any 10 for cheap. I'm always looking for those, and I feel like this was a good deal. And yeah, I put how much I paid and how much other listings are at the moment. I could have sworn I saw the only other listing after the one that I got is like 120 now after I paid $40 for this. So it's really interesting. The Pokemon market is just so weird right now. It's really unpredictable. And yeah, there's a lot of people with bad intent coming into the Pokemon market now. And that's horrible to see, but hopefully people like me and people like you guys watching will keep it nice and respectful, because it's been like that for so long, and it's really just been about the collecting more than the profiting. Obviously, there's always a profiting factor about this, but I know that the collecting factor it always overweighs those people who are there solely for profit. Now, here, we have one of my favorite cards, actually. It's an Absol Holo from Pokemon Platinum, Supreme Victors. It is a 9, not a 10. Like I said, a lot of these are going to be 9s because I cannot afford a 10 unless they're a newer card or a common. But yeah, it's an Absol level X. And I do have a cat, and his name is Absol, so I thought it was very fitting to get this card. And I just think Absol is a super cool Pokemon design. And Pokemon Platinum cards are hard to come by, I feel like. And I think they're finally starting to get the recognition they deserve. So, yeah. Here is a Pokemon Platinum card. You won't see these very often. I feel like most of my cards have been Sun and Moon, Sword and Shield, or Vintage. That's like right in the middle. I think you'd consider Vintage it being a nearly 12-year-old card, but... Here is a Stoutland Full Art Secret Rare from Cosmic Eclipse, one of my favorite Pokemon cards ever to exist, because Stoutland is probably my favorite Pokemon, and he's there literally taking a bubble bath. What else could I ask for? Gem Mint 10, I had to get it. There's no way I couldn't get a Gem Mint 10 Stoutland. I couldn't pass up on this offer, and on this card. It was a good deal, and it was my favorite Pokemon. Couldn't pass up on this. Super cool design. I love what Cosmic Eclipse did with this. Well, Pokemon did with Cosmic Eclipse and their secret rares. So, yeah. Now, going into these, I have 2 Gem Mint 10 Lurantises. Now, interesting story. I paid $70 for one of these, and then $120 for the other one. I was bidding on some Pokemon cards, and I put a bid that I did not want to put. I ended up winning that bid, and I also had one that I found for $70, but the one that I bid was $120. I felt really bad for the guy who I bid on. I didn't want to cancel an offer that I put. I'd be really mad if somebody put an offer and just canceled on me. I feel like that's really not fair. So I decided to get both, and I honestly might give one of them away or keep both of them, because, you know, hopefully these cards will just appreciate in value. And they're super cool cards to look at. I mean, I have 2 10s now, which is interesting, of the same exact card, but I think it's cool. Yeah, and I don't think I'd mind giving one of these away. I guess for a special, or maybe hit a nice landmark or achievement. I'll give one of these away. But yeah, 2 full art Laurantises from Sun and Moon base set, secret rare rainbow. Yeah. Now we have 2 cards left, and they are both Charizards. We have here my only ever Beckett card. I don't have any other Beckett cards. I love the slabs that they come in. I just love the design of Beckett. It looks so professional and sleek. Now, this is a 9.5 gem mint, not a 10. It is the promo card from Champion's Path, the full art Charizard from the Elite Trainer box. And looking at it, the centering is the only thing stopping this from being a 10, in my opinion. There are no nicks, there's nothing. It's just slightly off-centered. The front seems to be perfect, except from bottom to top, or top to bottom, whatever. The back is where you can see a bigger difference between the sides and the centering. But yeah, Beckett 9.5 Charizard, I feel like you can't go wrong. I picked this up for a good price. Couldn't pass up on it. Now, our final card is a Pocket Monster from Beckett. A very vintage card. This is... well, I guess that wasn't my only Beckett card, but this is a very vintage Beckett one where they had a paper slab to put in. It says 10 mint or better. It was one of the first Beckett cards to get graded, so it looks like Beckett was just starting off when this card was graded. And it is a hollow Japanese Charizard from the promo set of Neo 2. Now, as you can see, there is a big crack on the slab, which I knew when buying, but what I didn't know was, let's see if I can get this for you guys. If you can look right here, you'll see that the card is actually bent or damaged right over there, and that was not seen in the photos when I first bought this. And this is a 10 or better. That damage right there, where I have my hand, if you guys can see it, would cause this to be, I don't even know, a 7, a 6, a 5. I don't know what it would. I feel like that would really ruin this card's grading. So definitely be careful when buying cards. This is probably this was definitely my worst investment. I think it's a super cool card nonetheless, and it's super gorgeous to have in a slab. But it's probably my worst investment. I think you got to really be careful, make sure that these people have good reviews, really take a look at the cards beforehand. And yeah, if they have this slab, maybe Beckett were really loose with grading cards and they only looked at like major centering issues, or somehow this got by. But yeah, definitely a risky investment with this one, but a cool card nonetheless. So that'll complete our PSA collection. If we count how many cards I have right now, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. I have 16 graded cards. So my collection is expanding and expanding as the days go by, and it's great to see. I just love having these cards in slabs, and they just look so professional. But yeah, guys, I'd recommend all of you to really look into getting some cards graded. Get some of your own cards graded, buy some of your own, and they're just good to have. Like, even if you're not there for the profit, even if you're not a big collector, just to have these, you know, just to have them in your room. I don't know, for me, I love to show these. They hold real value to me, just sentimentally, let alone value to other people. But yeah, that is my PSA collection, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I hope I can keep expanding. I also hope that my CGC cards will come sooner than later, and we're going to keep continuing with pack openings. There might be less pack openings coming up recently because it is so hard to get a hold of Pokemon cards, Pokemon packs, especially for a reasonable price. I cannot remember the last time I went to Target with and there being decent packs to open there. I think I'm at the point where I'll open up any pack that I can get. That's how difficult it is to get Pokemon cards right now in this environment. With the 25th anniversary coming up, with all the hype around all these cards, it's super difficult. But we have the Pokemon Randomizer Nuzlocke to go through. We're hopefully going to get more PSA cards in. And we're going to keep strolling through. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. There's going to be many more to come. Thank you guys for all the support, especially on the first Nuzlocke video. Over 200 views. I believe that's my second most viewed video, other than the first ever video that I ever made. So I can't thank you guys enough for the support recently. And I'll see you guys in another video. Take care.